So I want to just take a minute and talk about something that if you're not part of the Black community, you probably don't have a lot of awareness of, and that is protective styling. In particular, why do Black women wear wigs and weaves? Um, it came to mind because I have a friend who asked me a question, and the question really caught me off guard. I had my hair in braids, and he came and asked me, do Black women wear their hair in braids and other styles because they don't like their hair? And it really surprised me because this person is a person of color and he's Latino. He dates Black women. He was raised in Brooklyn, so he's around Black women all the time. And you think that someone who's basically part of the community would know a little bit more about it. So I can only imagine what other people who are way more removed from the Black community think about us wearing our hair in styles like that. So, protective styles are basically anything that you use in order to keep your hair covered and away from daily manipulation. That can be a weave, a wig, twists, braids, updos, etc. Anything to keep your hair from constantly being touched and prone to breaking. Because of the nature of our hair, it's so curly and it's actually very fine. It can be brittle. The more manipulation that you do to the hair, it will eventually start to break if it's not being taken care of properly, and protective styles are a way to remedy that. Our hair needs to be constantly moisturized and basically babied and really taken care of very well in order to thrive. I know you've probably all seen people with dreadlocks down their back, and the reason why they're able to get their hair to that length is because locks are the ultimate protective style. The hair is not combed, it's not brushed, it's covered most of the time, and it's basically left alone, and then that allows the hair to grow. Protective styles are also very cultural. We use it as a bonding experience. Mothers braid their daughters' hair. It's a chance that you get to spend time with each other. It hurts like hell, but it is part of our culture. It's something that we do as a grooming ritual. It's basically just a form of hair maintenance. Now, on the flip side, a lot of people want to talk about women who wear their hair in blonde wigs and weaves and things like that, and basically use those examples as a reason for why Black women wear their hair in wigs and weaves. Unfortunately, there are a lot of Black women who try to present themselves in a very Eurocentric way, and that's mainly a survival tactic. Black people who present themselves like that pretty much do it as a way to make white people comfortable. This society that we live in rewards people of color being as close to whiteness as possible. If you wear your hair in styles that would be considered Black styles, you can be considered militant. People look at you as look at it as like a political statement if you wear your hair in an afro. Even in countries that are majority Black, if you go to the Caribbean, you'll see schools have guidelines in the school handbook of how you can groom your hair and what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. And styles like afros and long cornrows and things like that are considered to be unacceptable even in countries that are majority Black. So imagine what it's like to be here in the United States in a society that's majority white. You are even more compelled to try to assimilate. And no, Black women wearing blonde wigs and weaves and blue contacts, it's not cultural appropriation. A minority cannot appropriate from the majority culture. All they can do is assimilate. There is a difference. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about Black women culturally appropriate and white women. It's just, it doesn't happen. That's not how it works. Protective styling has been used by people of African descent since prior to any contact with Europeans for us to even know what a Eurocentric beauty standard would be. It's something that we've always needed to do to our hair in order to maintain it, basically. It's a form of grooming. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it. Again, the takeaway from this video is Black women wear our hair in protective styles literally as a way to protect our hair, allow it to grow and be luxurious and luscious as it can possibly be.